Yeah, but Jaimie, I'm doing a half sphere and I don't know where to cut it. If I cut it here, it'll make a mess. Okay, line up your soccer ball so you've got a pentagon right on the top and one right on the bottom. And then there's two places you can, kind of cut it where it'll work out well. One is right at the bottom edge of this row of pentagons, because when you do your triangles, there will be a line here and there. And another spot is right along here. So one of these two lines, which go pretty much straight around, are good places to, chop your thing. That's what I did. I cut mine right here, and then the bottom of the dome, you'll notice mine's a lot taller than this. See, if you look off the edge here, it goes down for a while, straight. And that's because from this point below, I used all hexagons. Oh, and I should tell you that I used the n times 1.0224 length for this entire row, even though this should have been just a normal n, because I wanted them to be all the same length around, so that when I started my hexagons down here, I can make them all the 1.0224 length. And the cool thing about when you have a whole bunch of hexagons and no pentagons is it's basically a flat sheet. And any shape you can make a flat sheet like that, or like that, like a cylinder, you can do. It kind of kills the dome part of it, but I mean, it's just the vertical part. It doesn't have that much stress on it compared to the top. Yeah, but Jaimie, how many triangles do I end up with? Because what if I want to cut plywood triangles and I need to know how many? Okay, each one of these pentagons gets cut up into 5, and there's 12 of them, right? So that makes 60, which happens to be also the number of these sticks. So that should be easy to remember. 60 triangles, 60 of those sticks. And then your other triangles are going to be the hexagon ones, right? And there's 6 of those in each hexagon, and there's 20 hexagons total, so that's 120 of those, which happens to be the same number of those longer sticks. So that's the same number of triangles for the hexagons, and this is the same number of triangles for the pentagons. So you could hypothetically just take this length, this length, this length, draw triangles on plywood, cut them all out, fairly precisely, and then just make sure you keep track of which is your longer and shorter sides of everything, and then, duct tape them all together or whatever you're doing. Don't really duct tape them together, it won't last very long. Okay, another bit of information I sort of mentioned a little bit is that in these two equator sort of lines, there are 15 sticks going all the way around. Now, they're not the exact same length, which will make this a bit of an estimation, but they're really close to the exact same length. So that means each one of these bends about 24 degrees from the one previous. So it's like, it's coming this way and it bends 24 degrees, and then it bends 24 degrees again, then 24 degrees again, all the way around. Which is good to know if you're like cutting 2x4s or something and you want to know how to cut the end piece so it like lines up with the next one. Now try to keep in mind this. This isn't to scale or anything, but if you want this to change by 24 degrees and you want your sticks to line up perfectly at the edges, you have to cut each one off by 12 degrees, because this one's off by 12 and that one's off by 12, and they add together to make 24 degrees. And if you do that correctly, you'll end up with 15 going around in a circle, lining up perfectly, or close enough. And before I actually built my dome, which I'm very happy with, a friend had access to a laser cutter, and he was like, dude, we can cut some stuff out. If we do something like pretty much today, come up with something cool. So I used the measurements that I showed you, and cut out a whole bunch of little triangle-y pieces, and glued them all together, and came up with this. So this is how accurate your sphere will come out if you use the measurements I have given you, which I think looks pretty darn good. And there it is in the non-silhouetted version. Oh, see, there's a pentagon right there. Let's put that on top, and that's basically how the dome is. And then you can see right across there's a row of triangles that goes straight across, and you could cut your dome right at that level or right at that level to get onto flat ground. Right there, or like right there. So the only pieces of information you really need to be able to get around doing any math is have a soccer ball with you. Remember this number. Your normals are going to be times 0.8696 for your pentagons, and then times 1.0224 for your hexagons. Remember those. And then the diameter is going to be approximately 5 times the normal length. And as you go around, your sticks will change by 24 degrees. So go get your dry erase marker and scribble all over your soccer ball and curse the world for making spheres and giving you the idea to do it. And get frustrated all you want, but don't give up, because it's really cool. And the more stuff like that you do, the more you learn, and it gets really fun. And it gets more fun the more you do it. And you just go for it, man. And don't give up. Yeah, but Jaimie, you have like an IQ of 8 billion, and it's so easy for you. That's easy for you to say. Well, let me tell you, there have been plenty of things that I've done that were really difficult, made my brain hurt, and I didn't get smart by doing things that were easy. I got smart by doing things that were difficult, and that's how I learned. And now a lot of those things are easy, but I still keep trying to do things that are difficult. So don't worry if it seems really hard at first. Just go for it. And even if you screw up a lot, you learn a lot. And it's totally worth it. For anyone who doesn't know, just the 3rd floor is trampoline style. Down here we have like normal floors and stuff. Sort of. Floor.